Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to do another chapter in advanced structure, which is the As-Sababiyya, and this is a fairly small chapter. But before starting this chapter, I would like you to know that if you are clear about the concept of how a fail mudare becomes mansoob and majzoom, only then you should proceed. And also, we are going to do a little bit of revision of, if you remember the chapter Shart, Jawabu Shart in Advanced Nahu, we had covered a topic of Al-Amru wa Jawabul Amr. So this is something I'm going to revise right now. Apart from this, you should be able to understand the concept of making a fail mudare majzoom and mansoob and majzoom, which is light and lightest, and in all sorts of fail mudare. So if you remember in al-amr wa jawabul amr command and the reply of command, it's a two-part structure. So only when you have amr, you can by not every time, but if you have amr, sometimes you have jawab al amr. So for example, if you say udrus tanja fil imtihani, this will be translated as study, you will pass the exam. Again, jawab al amr is not a necessity, sometimes that will happen. And if you see, this is your command amr and this is your jawab al amr, and it's a part one and part two. So only when your amr exists, your jawab al amr exists. Also notice that both the fails, amr and jawab al amr, they are both majzoom, lightest, with a over here it's with sukun, which is the lightest majzoom. Now, keeping this in mind, this does not extend to uh, uh, fail nahi, forbidden. This is just for command. How do we do in this chapter? Oh, by the way, yes, Jawab al-Amr will only exist when there is Amr. Similarly, in cases of forbidding and also wish or desire. So there are two cases when you forbid something or you wish for something. So you will have this sentence structure. Either you will have a nahi, forbidding, or a wish, one of them. And then followed by the whole sentence of forbidding or wishing, the whole sentence followed by a fa sababiyya, and that will be followed by a fail, which is mansoob, not lightest, it's not majzoom, it's mansoob. This is basically the sabab, the reasoning of your wish, or why are you forbidding something or why are you wishing something, or it can also be a result that by doing that, what could happen. So both ways. Here are some of the common ways in which you can express your desire or wish. Laita, if only. La'alla, perhaps. Asa, hopefully or possibly. Law or lawla. So if you remember, this was also one of shart, jawabu shart. If only, or why is it not that the case that and hal did or is. It's a question work, and this can also be used to express a desire. Also understand that when it is a forbidding, it is translated as otherwise or else. In the middle, the fa is translated as this. And in wish and desire, you can say as a result, because then this will happen, and I wish something, and then as a result this will happen. So these are some of the common ways the fa can be translated. Now let's move on. So example, in simple terms, if you see forbidding and wish. So for example, if you say, La taktub ala tawilati wa tattasikha. So this will be translated as don't write on the table, otherwise it will get dirty. So if you spot the fail nahi, which is forbidding, and then it is followed by a fa, which is your fa sababiyya, and this is your fail, which if you notice, it's mansoob, which means it is light. It's not lightest, it's not in its regular form, it's light. And also, if you see, the inside pronoun is matching with the table over here, which is it will get dirty. What will get dirty? The table. So you have to understand the fail will follow the inside pronoun or whatever, the rules will follow to what it is referring to. Now, in cases of wishing, so laita anjahu fil imtihani fa ahsula ala wazifatin jayyidin. So over here, if you see, if only I pass the exams so that I get a good job. Now, over here, please notice that the fail is in a normal form. There is no lightest effect over here. It's in its formal form. Laita is, if you remember, one of the words which are used to express a desire. So, if only anjahu, I pass, fil imtihani, the exam, in the exam, I pass in the exam. I think I should add it over here. Fil imtihani, in the exam, fa sababiyya, sula. So if you see the mudare, I get a good job or I acquire. Sulu means to acquire, ala, with it is followed by harf ala, which is used for, acquiring a degree, acquiring a job. So ala wazifatin jayyidin. So this is again the structure that we talked about. If you can spot the laita is your, sorry, this is not fil nahi, this is your, okay, and here if you can spot fa as-sababiyya and ahsula, as you can see, is mansoob, so your fail mudari. So if you see this structure, you can spot that it is fa as-sababiyya. Now in Quran, if you see forbidding, we have an example of Quran from Surah Taha. This is the example, Kulu min tayyibati ma razaqnakum wala tatghaw. So this is your fail nahi, which is wala tatghaw fihi. So this is over here, if you see, do not transgress or oppress others therein. Fa sababiyya yahilla. So this is your mansoob fail. Lest my anger should descend upon you. Alaykum ghadabi. So if you see the structure forbidden first, you spotted the fail nahi. Now you have to see if the next sentence, the second part is followed by fa as-sababiyya and a fail which is light, which is mansoob. So this will give you the idea that this is fa as-sababiyya. Now, if you see in Quran a matter of, an occasion where a desire or a wish is expressed, وَلَئِنْ أَصَابَكُمْ فَضْلٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لَا يَقُولَنَّ كَأَن لَّمْ تَكُن بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُ مَوَدَّةٌ يَا لَيْتَنِي. So, laita, if you remember, was one of the words which is used for expressing a desire, which means, oh, I wish kuntu ma'ahum, I had been with them. Fa, this is your fa sababiyya, afuza, which is light mudari. It's with mansoob. So, so I could have attained fawzan aziman, a great attainment. So this, as you can see, mansoob, fail mansoob, followed by a fail mansoob. This is a clear structure of, wish, and then fa as-sababiyya, and then a mansoob fail. So this brings us to the end of this chapter. It was a fairly small chapter. I would strongly recommend that you go through the chapter in the book. It has more examples from Quran, and this will further clarify your understanding. If there are any outstanding questions, please feel free to ask on the group. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.